Hello everyone! Welcome to today's forum in response to the International Month of Peace and Love. At this critical post-pandemic moment, we believe through spreading a positive impact and important message can unite more and more people to get through this difficult time. From September 1st, we've shared with you a series of forums and activities every day to share the idea of peace, love, and conscience with you. Today is the last day of September. After experiencing the whole series of forums and activities, we believe that you have received a lot of positive energy. On September 11th, it was the 28th anniversary of the 9/11 attack in the US. It was a devastating and chaotic moment for the country and the whole world. Taijiman Cultural Goodwill Group was there in New York when the 9/11 attack happened in 2001. Although Hawaii was said to be the next target, Taijiman still chose to fulfill the promise and fly there to hold the ceremony of ringing the bell of world peace and love, to calm and comfort people's hearts, hoping that the living could feel secure and the deceased could rest in peace. However, a group that has been dedicating to spreading the message of love and peace throughout the world is persecuted maliciously by its own government, using illegal taxation and judicial measures for 25 years long. Last August, their properties, which were planned to build as a self-cultivation place, was even illegally auctioned off. Taijiman case, which suffered from serious human rights and violation, has also caused the awareness and condemnation by the international. At the 2021 International Religious Freedom Summit in Washington, D.C. in July, the Taijiman case in Taiwan received much attention. There's a short video aired by the AP about the report of the Arab Summit and talk about Taijiman case. Let's take a look.
Taijiman Qigong Academy and the Action Alliance to Redress 1219 have sought justice from Taiwan's government through live protests and virtual forums.
Stop violating Taijiman's human rights!
So the Taijiman Qigong Academy case started in 1996, and it was persecution on spiritual groups, and Taijiman Qigong Academy was caught in the crossfire of all of that. Despite the Supreme Court of Taiwan's rulings that we're innocent and tax-free, a few rogue bureaucrats continue to send us tax bills, and even just last year in 2020, our land was illegally auctioned off.
The Taijiman case has also garnered support from scholars around the world.
And in Taiwan, the long-running attack against the Taijiman community by bureaucratic despots within the tax administration have led many religious freedom experts around the world to condemn this form of administrative religious persecution.
The abuse of the National Tax Bureau has lasted for almost a quarter of a century. I call upon the Taiwan government to honor the law, the sentences passed by its judges, and the moral responsibility it has to watch over and protect all its citizens equally, as determined by its own mandate.
A breakthrough in the case occurred when the principal witness, on whom the prosecutor based his tax evasion accusation against Taijiman, told a journalist that the prosecutor oversaw the case and that the witness testimony was merely a formality. The witness revealed that illegal tax bills were issued to Taijiman at the request of the Investigation Bureau's City Field Office. Sheng accepted this interview when seriously ill and revealed that he was pressured to do what the prosecution told him to do. Although he has since passed away, Taijiman is hopeful that his testimony will provide the evidence needed to obtain justice.
It proves that what happened was not a mistake. There was no mistake. It was a deliberate framing of Taijiman for obscure motivations through false documents, false accusations, and a false tax investigation that never happened. Now, if this is not enough to reopen the Taijiman case and cancel the 1992 tax bill, give back to Taijiman their sacred land, I don't know what more is needed. It's a general principle of the law all over the world that when new elements emerge, even final decisions can and should be revised. Revision is a fundamental principle of justice.
So far this year, the Action Alliance to Redress 1219 has presented messages to representatives from TECRO, the Taiwan Economic and Cultural Representative Office in San Francisco and Washington, D.C.
We're Taijiman members in the United States. We conveyed our message to Taiwan's Representative Lai in San Francisco.
We have just conveyed our message to Taiwan's Representative Xiao in D.C.
So far, there has been no response, but the Taijiman Qigong Academy and the Action Alliance to Redress 1219 continue their activism in person and online, where scholars continue to voice their support for the cause.
The government of Taiwan should do the right thing and eliminate the tax from 1992, which is just absurd considering what has happened for 1991 and the other years, and to restore the property that was unlawfully seized.
The difference with Taijiman is that they fight. And perhaps it's not too much to say that they're fighting to preserve Taiwan as a democratic country that follows its own laws and stifles corruption in bureaucracy.
Justice for Taijiman, for human rights!
Now, we will have 3 speakers with different stories to voice their opinions about the ongoing injustice last for 25 years. The first speaker, he's an engineer. Please welcome Chuan.
Hello everyone, I'm an IC design engineer in Taiwan. An engineer has a limited life cycle. It's not good at getting along with others, works long hours under high pressure, and so on. 2 years ago, I attended a party for my high school classmates who hadn't seen me in over 30 years. One of my classmates told me that you are not the same as you were back then. You are more smiling and talking more. I told him my secret. Since I practiced Qigong at Taijiman, not only I gained my health back, and I learned the wisdom to face challenges positively, which had opened up a different life for me. The most important things that I have learned from practice Qigong at Taijiman is that it has broadened my vision and made me understand that the most valuable things between people is the genuine and kind-hearted communication. In 2016, I accompanied my Sifu, Dr. Hong Daozi, Zangmen of Taijiman, and my brothers and sisters to the 66th Annual United Nations DPI NGO Conference in Qingzhou, South Korea. I'm a member of the promotion team. Our mission is to promote the global campaigns for the Declaration of Global Citizenship and the Declaration for the Movement of an Era of Conscience at various tourist sites. During this trip to Korea, I was deeply moved, and I also met people who, like us, contributed to the goodness of the world. Although we don't speak Korean, we made a simple sign in Korean and invited people to sign and join us. During the process, I observed that if they are willing to stop, listen carefully, and finish reading with a simple guide, most of them would like to sign up the declaration with their hearts and express their deep expectation with conscience. When I saw them do this, I was truly happy, because it is the hardest thing to activate one's heart. I believe that as more and more people's good intentions are activated, the butterfly effect of good intentions will be stimulated and to make the world better. In 2017, the Summer Universiade was held in Taipei. My brothers and sisters from Taijiman and I participated in the opening blessing ceremony with representatives from various religious groups. to pray for the peace of the country and the world. As the various religious groups across the country offer their sincere blessing, I realized that the love was the common element in these blessings, and that this is exactly the message that our Sifu led his teachers to spread around the world, love and peace. Taijiman is a high-quality, traditional, cultural, and spiritual group with tens of thousands of members in Taiwan. However, Taijiman was persecuted by the government 25 years ago. Prosecutor Hou Kuan-ren fabricated a false case in the name of religious crackdown. The prosecutor fabricated evidence to charge Taijiman of both fraud and tax evasion, violating the double jeopardy clause. The case was then forwarded to the National Tax Bureau (NTB). In 2007, the Supreme Court found Taijiman was not guilty of fraud, tax evasion, or violation of tax codes. The Supreme Court also determined that the red envelopes to Sifu were gifts and were tax-free income under the Income Tax Act. However, the NTB ignored the decision by the court and still issued the unjustified tax bills from year 1991 to 1996. Following the Supreme Court's decision in 2018, declaring the essence of Taijiman a Qigong and martial art menpai, the NTB finally corrected the tax bills for the 5 years, 1991, 1993 to 1996 to zero at the end of 2019, but still left only 1 year tax bill for 1992. It's like cutting an apple into 6 slices and one of the slices turned out to be orange, confusing people so much. The fact is that the 1992 tax bill was wrongly decided because the NTB concealed information that was favorable to the people. Therefore, the wrongful decision made by the judge resulting in the 1992 unjustified tax bill, which was transferred to the Administrative Enforcement Agency for enforcement, resulting in the illegal action and confiscation of land belonging to Taijiman by the government in August 2020. Now the Taijiman case has been supported by many experts and scholars, with its increasing number of concrete evidence showing the illegal persecution by Taiwan government. They have raised their voices for Taijiman and appealed to the government for the address of the wrongful case. I don't think that it is unbelievable that the illegal tax hasn't been revoked and has been entangled for such a long time. Even the tax collector who issued a tax bill in the past admitted in an interview that there were problems with the tax bill, but he was forced to do so due to the pressure from his boss. I sincerely hope that President Tsai will listen to the people's voice on the controversial administrative execution case. The government is obligated to offer effective remedies to reject Taijiman case. Please revoke the 1992 Taijiman tax bill as soon as possible. Return the Taijiman land that the government illegally nationalized, and end this human rights persecution tragedy. Thanks for your listening.
Thank you, Chuan, for telling the truth about the Taijiman case. 25 years is long enough, and the so-called democratic country should have not existed such ridiculous and unjust tax cases. Next, we would like to welcome another speaker. He is an assistant manager. Please welcome Haoz.
Hello everyone, I am a sales assistant manager working in electronic company in Taiwan. When negotiating business with the customer, the most important thing I believe is honesty and trust. Once the contract is signed by both parties, in order to prevent any dispute in future, the contents of the contract will be examined. And if one party fails to fulfill the contract with serious damage to the rights of the other party, the matter will be settled in court. Regardless of the outcome of the decision, the damage has been done. Not only losing the business, you might lose your customers or even unable to survive in the field. Whether doing business or in accordance with the provision of the law, the most important thing is honesty and commitment. Everything must be done in accordance with human conscience, principle, and laws. Before I practicing Qigong, I had allergic rhinitis and sneezed a lot, which not only affected my daily life, but also made it difficult to sleep. Later, I was recommended by a colleague to join Taijiman, and my health improved significantly after practicing Qigong. Although I have to deal with different customer requirements every day as usual, I can make decisions and move forward in my work more confidently. I can meet customer needs in time with the effective assistance of my company internal resource. Not only did I relieve my pressure in my mind, but I also became a good helper for my boss. Practicing Qigong has really helped me a lot because I have learned the wisdom of balance of yang and yin so I can solve my problem easily in my life. I was grateful and lucky enough to become Taijiman teacher, follow the ancient ritual to practice Qigong. Taijiman was passed down from generation to generations. As the saying goes, once a teacher, always a father. Shifu always reminds us to improve our temper, to learn good and stop doing bad, and to learn martial arts, not to fight bravely and viciously, but to stop fighting and promoting goodness, to promote the spirit of martial art and help others. Practice Qigong has taught me to be self-reflective, peaceful, generous, and open-minded, and more empathetic to help the world. Helping others is a sense of happiness, and this is also the rule that my Shifu has told me while dealing with people. However, it was hard to believe that Taijiman, a spiritual group, an ancient empire of Qigong and martial arts, who had been continuous promoting a culture of love and peace in Taiwan and abroad for many years, would be under the legal and taxation persecution by Taiwanese government on December 19, 1996. This 20 years long Taijiman fabric case has been called as Tax Law 228 by the experts and the scholars. Prosecutor Ho Huanren and tax official Shi Yuesheng jointly fabricated the false tax bills, false witness, and false evidence, trying to exterminate the Taijiman. The prosecutor fabricated evidence to charge Taijiman of both fraud and tax evasion and transfer the case to National Taxation Bureau, violating the double jeopardy clause. On July 13, 2007, the Supreme Court found Taijiman not guilty of fraud, tax evasion, or tax code violation. Yet the NTB ignored the court's decision and continued to issue the unjustified tax bills to Taijiman, and later even transferred the case to Administrative Enforcement Agency and a public hearing legislative Yan on June 17, 2010. The Ministry of Finance Public agreed to conclude the Taijiman injustice case within 2 months and to withdraw the enforcement, but it has failed to fulfill its promise and remain resolved. It was pity that Taijiman's scheduled land for self-culture vaccine and the asset has been illegal auctioned and nationalized by the government on August 21, 2020. It was a real violation of the Constitution as well as 2 international covenants protecting the basic human rights of people. In the past 25 years, despite the persecution suffered by government, our Shifu, Taijiman Zhangmenren, has led his teachers around the world to visit 101 countries at their own expense, promoting love through international cultural exchange and spreading the concept of conscious love and peace to all 5 continents. President Cheng and 3 past presidents in Taiwan and many foreign heads of state have praised Taijiman and Dr. Hong Zhangmenren on public occasions several times. They also recognize the great contribution of Taijiman and Dr. Hong to the world. Taijiman not only promote national diplomacy for Taiwan, but also enhance Taiwan's visibility and influence in the international community. The exercise public power by the administration should be subject to national laws. The Constitution protects the basic rights of people, and all people are equal before the law. From the president down to the common people should comply with law and the people's contract. However, in Taijiman case, the National Tax Bureau, the Administrative Enforcement Agency, and Prosecutor Chuan and the other officials who violated the law abused their power to sue Taijiman for illegal taxation, illegal auction, and seizure of private property, and even said that court's decision does not count. I think several such evil officials who destroy the nation system and persecute human rights should be punished by law. Otherwise, democracy and the rule of law will regress, and the country will go back an authoritarian system, won't it? The unjust and fabricated Taijiman case is a definitely an indicator of human rights. It is crucial to development of democracy and the rule of law in Taiwan. The blood and tears over the past 25 years in Taijiman case has tested the consciousness of the government public power and determination of Taiwan to establish a human rights country. To redress the Taijiman case and restore the innocence and justice to all the persecuted people is protect the human rights and freedom of thought and belief in Taiwan. I urge President Cheng and the government to listen to the voice of the people, to stand up for justice and righteousness, and to build a better future for Taiwan with conscience and love. Let Taiwan truly be a beacon of democracy, human rights, and freedom in Asia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Haoz. If the government has known something wrong, they should correct the mistakes according to Article 117 and 128 of the Administrative Procedure Law, and keep promises just like Taijiman did. Fulfill the promise to solve the case immediately. Last but not least, we'd like to welcome our final speaker. She's a college student. Please welcome Emily.
Good evening, dear host, all keynote speakers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a college student and also a Taijiman 弟子. It's my honor to have this opportunity to share my experience and concept at this forum. I have been a Taijiman 弟子 since I was 11. My 师父, Dr. Hong Daozi, has been teaching me a lot, and this not only improves my physical health, but also helps me to show loving care and kindness to others. In the year I prepared for the college entrance exams, a friend of mine who overwhelmed by academic pressure asked me why did I look so energetic every day, and curious about how I stay positive dealing with stress. I told her, in fact, I am under the same pressure as you are, and piles of textbooks often make me breathless. But I remembered that my 师父 often told us that we should treat our study as if we were playing. Why not just do it easy to study? After making my homework a friend, I was able to make peace with it, and it helped me to do well in my college entrance exams. Here, may I ask you a question first? What does love and peace mean to you? To most people, love and peace are two big nouns hard to be defined, but they are important forces to stabilize the society. For me, love and peace are the practice of selfless sharing and caring for others. Under the leadership of Dr. Hong Daozi, Taijiman has been spreading the concept of love and peace to every corner of the world, visiting 101 countries on 5 continents, and influencing heads of state and leaders around the world. Growing up in such a warm environment, I always keep a bright smile in my daily life because laughter is a common language in the world and can break down the barriers between people. I also take the initiative to care about people around me and share positive energy with them, I believe that if we start from ourselves and spread the positive energy of conscience and good thoughts to our surroundings, we can start the cycle of goodness and make the society better and better. However, it's hard to believe that Taijiman, such a wonderful cultural and non-profit organization, had been under prosecution by the government for 25 years. In 1996, Taijiman was illegally prosecuted by prosecutor Haoz with false evidence and false witnesses, and fabricated false indictments, requesting the court to confiscate Taijiman's assets and asking the National Tax Bureau to bill Taijiman for heavy penalties. On July 13, 2007, the Supreme Court found Taijiman not guilty of fraud, tax evasion, or violation of tax codes. The National Taxation Bureau ignored the truth confirmed by the judgment, and yet still issued the illegally tax bill according to the false indictment, in violation of the law of evidence. What is even more terrible is that on August 21, 2020, Hsinchu branch of Administrative Enforcement Agency illegally and forcibly auctioned off the Taijiman's assets and nationalized it by the government. It was a disappointing day for me that Taijiman assets was auctioned by the government, even though I had to prepare for an important exam at school the next day. I kept updating the condition of the auction scene online because Taijiman means a lot to me. I remember that on the day of the auction, citizen groups and volunteers from all directions gathered in front of the Miaoli office of the Hsinchu branch of Administrative Enforcement Agency, hoping to use their last breath to bring back the justice in the heart of the government officials. Many experts and scholars also showed up to show their support, calling on the officials to turn back to the sword. The comments under the live feeds on several social media platforms are also full of messages of support. My heart went up and down as the crowd shouted, "Come out and face it, wake up your conscience, and withdraw the execution according to the law." Yet, they still turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to our appeals, just like they have been doing for the past 24 years. I feel frustrated, and I keep asking myself, is it so hard to tell right from wrong, true from false, good from bad? It is important for all people to take these words to heart, especially government officials. The government should redress the injustice of Taijiman case out of their conscience. Today is the last day of the International Month of Love and Peace. Love is a key element toward world peace, and the ability to distinguish right from wrong is a key foundation to protect the power of love. If everyone has a sense of justice and nurtures the idea of love, only then can true human rights be realized in life. If the government can listen to the people's voices with conscience and carry out transitional justice, the democracy and human rights of all citizens will be protected. I sincerely call on the government to redress the unjust, false, and wrongful Taijiman case, and give a prosperous and harmonious society to the people. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you, Emily. Although Taijiman has been persecuted for such a long time, they still chose to do the right thing by defending democracy and upholding human rights. We truly hope that the government could hear the voice of the people and implement true legal taxation justice in Taiwan. Thanks for the sharing of the three speakers. We hope their sincere words can be heard and resonated by more people in Taiwan and around the world. At the end of this forum, we'd like to present you with a special song. We all hope that a few bureaucrats could have enough courage to admit and correct the mistakes in the first place. This is not only for the country, but also for yourselves. Thank you again for your participation today. If you like our video, it is welcome to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. We'll see you next time. Bye!
官下台！官下台！
about the Taijiman case, Taiwan Supreme Court found Taijiman not guilty of tax evasion or any other charges. The National Tax Bureau and the Ministry of Finance reneged on their promise to revoke the tax bill. The National Tax Bureau illegally auctioned off the sacred land of Taijiman. The land was illegally taken into state ownership. Officials' conscience, where are justice and human rights? What is the truth about the Taijiman case? Taiwan Supreme Court found Taijiman guilty of tax evasion or any other charges. The National Tax Bureau and the Ministry of Finance reneged on their promise to revoke the tax bill. The National Tax Bureau illegally auctioned off the sacred land of Taijiman. The land was illegally taken into state ownership. Where is the real government officials' conscience? Where are justice and human rights? Is the truth about the Taijiman case? Taiwan Supreme Court found Taijiman guilty of tax evasion or any other charges. The National Tax Bureau and the Ministry of Finance reneged on their promise to revoke the tax bill. The National Tax Bureau illegally auctioned off the sacred land of Taijiman. The land was illegally taken into state ownership. Where is the real government officials' conscience? Where are justice and human rights? The righteous